Alright, so I'm still getting settled into my new apartment, but remember I had a lion's mane mushroom in my last apartment living in my bathroom, and now it's just over my sink in my kitchen. Let's take a look at this guy. I'm getting kind of impatient when to eat it. So, there we are. As you can see, he's gotten a bit bigger. Quite a bit bigger. But it doesn't have like the long little pieces like I was expecting to see, but I think I'm just going to go and try this out anyway. I think I'm going to be able to break it. Yeah, I could break it off. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. This. So yeah, this is definitely not a finished one, not by the look, but I've never really grown this type of mushroom before, and I'm just really interested in trying it out. So let's cook that baby up. So yeah, that's the cake after taking the mushroom off of it. So I'll probably go ahead and re-blend this with some straw, make a new cake. I could probably open up another side of it, but I think it'd be better just to like kind of reset it, basically, give it new food, start it over, make it bigger. I just want to point out, like, this is definitely not the way I've seen it in a picture, so I'm pretty sure this is not its final form. This looks and feels a lot like a very spongy cauliflower. It kind of feels like it wants to break apart a little. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it up and fry it in a little bit of butter. Hey, look at that. It looks pretty good right there. Look at that, like nice strands in it. But yeah, I'm going to break it up and fry it up in a little butter and see what it tastes like. Alright, so we're going to start by removing this stuff right here. It doesn't really matter that much. This is basically just the last bits of the substrate it was growing in, but you know, it may add too much of an earthiness to the food. You know, an earthiness is a nice way of saying that you got dirt in your food. Sometimes you want earthiness, sometimes you don't. Today we're just trying to isolate the flavor of this mushroom itself, and we're not trying to get too much of this stuff going on. So put that on the side. Boop, boop, boop. Now, see how well it breaks. It shreds. I think that's more what we want is the shreds. I don't think we really want to cut through this too much because I want to maintain the structure it has a little bit. So I'm just going to keep breaking this up. And then we're going to throw it into a pan with some, well, I say butter, but I don't use actual butter. I use this called Smart Balance. Because, you know, I grew up in the 80s when we were told butter was evil and so margarine was good. But then I became a teen in the 90s and where they said that, well, butter isn't really that bad for you compared to margarine, but it's still bad for you. So then they came up with Smart Balance, which they say is really good for you. But at the same time, they use a lot of palm oil, which means it causes a lot of destruction of the rainforests. So I don't know what to do anymore. But I need some fat in my life. And there seems to be, you know, Smart Balance is pretty tasty. So yeah, I'm using here as an induction cooktop. That's why you can hear a fan probably. That's why the number looks real funny. That's actually like a wattage or a voltage or something. It's a measure of the electricity it's using. It also allows you to go by temperature if you want, but every time you do that resets itself. So I like to cook at a little less than the medium. These things are pretty fast and powerful. Very, very, very powerful actually sometimes. They have to have shutdowns in order to maintain the equipment. Like, so basically this guy, I've been running this induction cooktop really hard. See those cracks? That's because I've used it improperly. I have kept a pot on this thing to do what's called perpetual stew. And so this machine needs to shut down every 4 hours to cool itself down so it doesn't do what I did to it. But you know, I'm hard on things. But look at this, look at this. So this lion's mane is now, it's really starting to brown up nicely. I didn't add anything to it yet. No salt, no pepper, just a little the smart balance. Let that fry up in it a little. There we are. As you can see, I've got them pretty nice and brown. They are looking a lot like chicken. Jeez, like I'm amazed. It smells really good too. It smells very toasty. I'm ready to try this. I haven't put any salt on it or anything. I couldn't find my salt, in fact, so I wanted to. But let's go ahead and go and plate this. Came off the pan pretty nicely. Yeah, see how that pan does it? Like every time you take it off, it shuts itself down. So very safe. And let's just go for this guy. Let's try that big boy right there. Nice and browned up, steamy. Still looks pretty juicy. Like I said, it looks like really looks like meat now. Like visually, it really does look like meat. All right, here we go. Oh well, it just tastes like mushroom. Has the same texture, or like mushroom, like like a portobello. It's really good though. Oh, there's like some kind of a little back taste to it. I don't like to say aftertaste because that sounds bad, but it's definitely like a second flavor to it. It's more of an umami, kind of meaty savoriness. A little hard to pinpoint. It's really good though. Definitely worth the time to try to grow it myself because I can't find this in a grocery store. That's part of my theory of what you should and shouldn't grow when you have limited spacing. It's just definitely lean on the stuff that you can't just buy. Stuff that if you want to have it, you have to go like that, like the pineapple. I can't buy 100% ripe on the plant pineapple, but I can grow one. So it's a nice little treat. It may take me a couple of years, but it's a treat. This took me a couple of weeks to grow, maybe about a little over a month or two, almost. So I think it's worth the time. Definitely. I'm not a commercial grower, so I'm definitely not going to grow my own yearly supply of this. But who knows? Maybe I could find a way to expand that out. Anywho, so that's Lion's Mane's mushroom. Yeah, y'all give that a try. It cost me like $30 for that kit, but like I said before, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get some straw and I'm going to make a new cake out of that cake, and that'll break up all the mycelia and they'll spread them out, and then they'll start regrowing and eating the new food, and then they'll make new fruit. So y'all have fun. There's the full breakfast in its final form. Got a little bit of the truffle hot sauce on the eggs and the shrooms, and some homemade tortillas. But yeah, that's complete meal now. I feel like it's really a nice sense of accomplishment. I actually grew this part of my meal. Pretty neat.